We are here with Laura Wilson with Golf Canada to talk about the She Plays Golf initiative.
Awesome. And I'm Preston McClellan here with Golf Space Collective, and I'll turn it over to Laura to introduce herself before we get started.
Hi there, I'm Laura Wilson. I'm the Director of Inclusion Programs and Safe Sport with Golf Canada.
Awesome. So just to kind of dive in here, what inspired the creation of the program and how does this integrate with Golf Canada's strategic priorities, specifically relating to inclusivity?
Yeah, I guess Golf Canada made a commitment to increasing representation of equity deserving communities in golf. So this initiative fit in perfectly. They are committed to creating more opportunities for women and girls to engage in the sport, whether it be at green grass facilities, with indoor simulators, as coaches and program leaders, really in leadership positions in any capacity, including as golf administrators and at golf facilities.
That's awesome. So I know it was originally piloted in Calgary last year, right, in 2023, and expanded to Vancouver and Toronto. And I was kind of curious, like, what have you seen for the key factors for success, and how have like community partnerships in particular played a role in that?
With the She Plays Golf initiative, our idea was not to reinvent the wheel. There are a lot of great leaders and facilities that are doing really great work with women and girls and trying to increase the number of women and girls who are playing the game. So really what we did is we looked at existing programs in the various communities, who the leaders were, who the entrepreneurs were, and we didn't want to compete with them or even reinvent the wheel. We actually looked to partner with them. We tried to look at their programs to see what might be missing in the participation pathway. If one facility was running a lot of try golf sessions but didn't have that next step, well, was there a leader somewhere else within that community that offered a beginner's league? So really our role was just to come in and fill those gaps and really connect the dots with what was already being done within the community.
I guess in terms of looking to the future, how do you see the future of women's golf evolving with Golf Canada, specifically with She Plays Golf?
So the initiative is really trying to create an entire ecosystem for where women and girls can engage at various levels in golf, whether it be at the recreational stage, whether they would like to be on a path towards high performance, to compete at a high performance level, or to be a leader or a role model within the golf space. So really, we're looking to create opportunities for women at any stage of their development, wherever they would like to plug in. So from awareness and first involvement events, we're running these try golf sessions to get women comfortable so that they can see themselves within the sport. We ran with the help of RBC, we ran a women's networking series, which really used golf as a networking tool for women in business and in sport. And through the championship series, we really created that opportunity for our aspiring young professionals who hope to play on the LPGA Tour someday, the opportunity to really compete against other aspiring professionals at that level.
So as you kind of built this, I'm sure you've gotten several takeaways of things you would do differently or better should you do it again. So if you were going to talk to another organization to kind of start something like this, what advice would you give them to not necessarily specifically to replicate the program, but just to enhance female participation in general?
The number one thing I would say is don't reinvent the wheel. Look and see what's being done within the community. Who is successful? Who is attracting more women to the game? Why are they successful? And what can you do to actually promote their programs, amplify what they're doing, and even partner with them to increase the reach of their program? We found that creating that safe and welcoming environment was really the key to our success. We tried to remove as many barriers as possible for first-time participants. We tried to remove as many barriers as possible, whether it be through dress codes or equipment. We told women just to show up in their athletic attire, ready to swing a club, and we provided the clubs for them. We also made sure that the cost was not a barrier to participation. We tried to keep the cost down for all of the Try Golf events. And really, once they were there, we tried to just create that really welcoming, warm, fun environment for women. As we know, golf can be really can be intimidating. There's a lot of etiquette and terminology used in golf, and if you haven't grown up in the game, you may not be familiar with it. So we had volunteers stationed right at the front door, actually at the entrance to the facility, directing women where to park, where to go, because signage such as a bag drop or range may not be really helpful for women who are new to the game or stepping foot on a golf course for the first time. So we really utilized as many volunteers as possible to create that positive, welcoming space for women. And the volunteers that we had were really amazing. We tapped into existing women's leagues and put out a call for volunteers to help recruit new women to the sport. And we found out that the volunteers organically took on this mentorship role. I think if you play golf and you love the game, you want more women to have that same experience. And really, our volunteers were such great role models and cheerleaders for all the new participants in the sport.
Absolutely. I was to say we would be nowhere without volunteers. I know they add so much to all programs, events, everything. Absolutely. Just in terms of feedback from She Plays Golf, have you received any from participants, and how have you used their insights to kind of enhance the program and better meet the needs of women and girls?
We've received a lot of feedback, a lot of positive feedback in terms of, I didn't think golf was a sport for me. I didn't think I was going to enjoy it as much as I did. But when I hit the ball, it was amazing. When I got the ball up in the air, it was fantastic. And really just hearing the shift in perception about the game was really a huge, I guess, what we consider a success. We received a lot of feedback from women in terms of, okay, you were only here for a week. What's next? We want to keep playing. And that's why it was really important to engage with women leaders within the space. We provided feedback to women about ongoing programming in their community that they could register for. We had women coaches and instructors lead all of our Try Golf sessions as much as possible. And we distributed their contact information after, so that if a group of women wanted to keep playing, they could reach out to those individuals and book a group lesson or 4-week clinic. So we really wanted to make sure that we created this welcoming, safe, inclusive environment. We created a safe space where women could ask questions at any time about the game, including at a social after the Try Golf session. Our coaches, instructors, volunteers all stuck around for the social component, and we're just there and available to answer any questions. Some of our volunteers were saying, if you love this, I'll meet you here at the range. Next week, I'll come out every Tuesday for anyone who would like to join me. We had volunteers offering to take women out on a par 3 course to play 9. So it really was a great bonding experience for the women. And then I guess the other thing that we learned, we were very fortunate to have Adidas as our official apparel sponsor, and the women wanted more merchandise. We provided, gift bags for all of our attendees. And I think the feedback was, okay, but where can I buy a sweater? Where can I buy a golf shirt? Where can I buy more golf apparel? So I think we're going to try and address that for 2025 and make it more available to our participants.
Is there any other changes or additional plans that you guys have for the program next year?
We realized that coming in for a week, into a region for a week, really may not promote ongoing engagement as much as we would. We're as much as we would like. We've been directing women to ongoing programs in their community. But what we'd like to do is partner with more golf facilities to run try golf sessions throughout the season. So we're looking to see ways that we can partner with more golf facilities throughout the entire golf season and not just during the festival week. So hopefully we have some expanded reach and more opportunities for more women to get involved.
Yeah, absolutely. And then just in terms of, so off of these questions, or, could be totally different. Do you have any other comments that you want to add just about She Plays Golf and how your time has been, while kind of running this program?
I'm very fortunate. I would like to thank Golf Canada for giving me the opportunity to pilot this program. When I approached them with the idea, they absolutely were committed to increasing representation of women and girls, but we really weren't sure how well the festival concept would be received. And I'm very grateful that Golf Canada gave me the opportunity to pilot first in Calgary. They saw the success of the program, and we've started this slow rollout, and they've allowed us to test different activations, different events during the festival week, really to see where we can make the biggest impact. So I think for me, I'm just very grateful to be in this position and to have the opportunity to create programming that we hope will engage more women and girls in the sport.
Yeah, absolutely. That's amazing. I did kind of want to ask, just for the additional storyline, do you have the numbers for participation from last year?
I think our total numbers, we ran 23 activations at 18 facilities over a 3-week period. So it was a bit of a blur, but our reach was just over 800 women within those activations itself. I did actually, if it's all right with you, I'd also like to mention our community partners. So wherever possible, we try to partner with community groups who really align with our commitment to sport, to the importance of sport and physical activity for young girls. We partnered with an organization called Fast and Female, as well as Girls in Sport Alberta, and really invited them in to speak with the girls about the importance of participation in sport and physical activity, and really trying to promote ongoing engagement in some sport and physical activity. We hope it's golf, but it was really important to bring in those community partners. They also promoted the program to their networks, which was really great for us. And we shared their contact information for all of their programming as well.
Amazing. Well, I was going to say, it sounds like a very successful program in such a short amount of time, it seems. So congratulations on an amazing program. And we just want to thank you for taking the time today to answer these questions and allow us to highlight the story.
As a reminder, if your association would like to highlight a program or initiative, please reach out to me, Santana Shipley at shipley@iaga.org.